Around 8% of your games are decided because of rook endgames. So in today's video, we are going to learn about two basic endgames. First is the Philidor and the second one is the Louisiana. So first of all, on our screen, we have the position of Philidor. So what is Philidor? When you need to defend a position from a losing point of view, then we call it a Philidor defense. So how do you get into the Philidor position? So your enemy is playing with the white pieces, he is pushing his pawn. So what you have to do is you have to let your king sit in front of the pawn so it cannot advance, and you have to keep your rook active so when the pawn pushes, you can give unlimited check to the king. So your first move is going to be, it is black to play and you are not allowing the king to enter on the d6 square. So you play the move rook g6, because now the king is not allowed to enter the 6th rank and he now needs to push the pawn. So he plays the move e6. He is thinking that he is going to promote the pawn and he is going to push the pawn. But when then we play rook g2, you can also go rook g1 to give him checks like this. Now he goes rook d6, but now we have a really simple plan. Just give him checks from the back like that. We'll give him unlimited checks. We'll play this type of move. If he plays e7, we'll give him checks, and now you can see the king is not able to defend the pawn. So this is, the pawn is lost and the game will be draw. So this is how you are going to defend the Philidor position. Now in this position, if you not play the rook g6 move and you go to g5, now you can see the position is on the spot losing. Why? Because now the king enters, and now whatever you do, you give checks, you do whatever, the pawn is going to push, and if you go back, then there is checkmate in one move. So you are going to defend the Philidor position like that. Now we have this another position in the Philidor. So it is black to play and you have to stop the promotion of this pawn. So the same trick we applied in the first position, just cut off the king and the pawn. Now if the rook gives the check, you just move back, and now if he pushes the pawn, you just go back, and now you are ready to give him checks. If he moves like, just take any move, if he moves his pawn, you are going to come in front of the pawn, and now the king is completely in open and you are going to give him unlimited checks. Just like I say, he goes here, now he is threatening kind of promotion by giving a check, but you just give checks from behind like this. He moves, you give another check. Now he needs to defend the pawn, otherwise if he moves to b5, we are going to just simply take the pawn and the game is going to be a draw. Always remember to cut off the pawn, cut off the king and the pawn. We are done with the Philidor positions. Now we are going to be looking at the Louisiana position. So what is Louisiana? When you are winning in the game, when you are on the winning side of the game, then we call a position as Louisiana. So you are playing with the white pieces, although it is black to move, but you are completely winning because your this pawn is going to promote. But you always remember the way to how to promote the pawn. So it is black to play. So black is going to stop the king from coming to c file, otherwise the pawn is going to promote. So black plays the rook to c2. But now you can see the black king is also not that safe. So you first give him this check, rook f1 check, and now we have two options. If we come to the e6 square, then we are just simply going to move our king to e8, and then our pawn is going to be promoted. So he goes to the g6 square, but now we lift our rook. We call this the bridge in Louisiana. Why we call this a bridge? Because when the king is trying to attack us, now we just defend our pawn and we are threatening to bring our king here. The king is again coming to attack the rook, but now our king joins in, and like black is trying so hard to not let the pawn promote, but we are going to promote here. Now here white gives a check. The black king has only two moves to go, so he goes to this square, and now king up, and now whatever he plays this king rook c6 check. We block with a rook, we takes, and now this pawn is unstoppable. So this is how you are going to be playing in the Louisiana position. Let's see another variations here. If king g6, if king e6, I already told you king e8 and we are winning. But if king g7, then we are going to play rook f4, king g6. A king is going to be coming upside. The rook gives a check. The king comes to d6. Now just let's see how we are going to use this bridge. The rook gives another check. We are going to e6. Rook gives another check. We are going to d5. And when the rook gives the check, now we'll block with the rook. And if it takes it, we takes it like that. And now the pawn is unstoppable. The black king comes in, but the pawn is unstoppable, and we queen and we win. So this was the Louisiana position for you. These positions are really important. And now let's look at the position with Louisiana position with a rook pawn. Okay. Now we have this Louisiana position with a rook pawn with the a pawn. So it is white to play, and white is completely winning. But you can see that the white king is trapped. So we have to bring a rook here, so we can just move our king from there. So how we are going to do that? So in this position is winning because the black king is too far away. Just imagine if the black king is sitting on c7, then this position is a dead draw. But for now it is not. Why? Because we are going to play the move rook c1. Because we are going to enter in here. The black king is really far away from us. So when he tries to come in, we go to rook c1, and now we are threatening this move and will be completely winning. Now he comes up. He can also go to d7. He can also go to d7, but d7 is an early win. We just needs to move in the center like that, and we'll be winning like completely, because this rook, if goes back, then we'll promote, and it's a checkmate at the last. So he goes king d6. Now we offer a rook trade, but he goes to rook a2. We bring our king up. He gives us check. We can remember, we can also run in this direction, but I prefer to run in that direction. He gives us check. We are just going to this is a checkmate threat. So we are just going to look at those threats. Now he gives us another check. Just remember one thing, don't come to this f7 square. If you come to this f7 square, the rook is going to give a check and your pawn is falling. So don't come to this square, go to the f8 square. And now how you are going to win? He'll give you unlimited checks, and you are just going to attack the rook, and the rook goes anywhere. You are just going to promote your piece in a queen, and you will be completely winning. So this is it for today's video. In today's video, you learned about really important rook endgames. This series is going to continue. I took these endgames from the 100 endgames you must know. So practice and improve your game. Thank you so much.